Good morning. My name is Miguel Vincent, and in our topic today, we will be tackling SDG number 3, or good health and well-being, specifically on mental health. So what is mental health? Mental health is a psychological well-being of a person or an individual. So why does this matter? With mental health, it also comes with mental health disorders. And for those who don't know, mental health disorders are prescribed to those people who are psychologically unstable and it affects their daily lives. Some of the most common mental health disorders that you may have heard of is depression or anxiety. So by a raise of hands, how many of you here have experienced mental health disorders or even known someone who has? So I see that there are many of you. So why is it important today? It is important today since mental health disorders are prevalent among youth and adolescents. Thus, families should consider this concept, they should recognize this concept and improve the environment within their family in order to prevent childhood trauma, improve the mental health conditions of their children, and lessen suicide rates. So, preventing childhood trauma. How can an improved environment contribute to this? Childhood trauma can be caused by family relationships. Families are the first influencers in a person's development. It can either be positive or negative. Positive it being nurturing and supporting, while negative it being abusive. This brings me to my second point, which is family abuse can be seen among the causes of children's psychological trauma. With this, improving the environment within the family, children can take in that supportive and nurturing environment and improve and not carry the abusive relationship within the family and implement it to the family that they will be creating one day in the future. On the second point, nurturing family ties can help prevent young children from experiencing severe trauma. Within families, parents are the ones who try to initiate positive interpretation of the trauma, which help children get over and prevent developing long-term trauma. These can be seen within post-traumatic events. Either it can be the death of a family member or even an accident or a heavy accident which is physical or mental. Parents are often the children's main source of support following fear-inducing traumatic events. So positive environments improve mental health. So how can this be? This can be done through family support. And through family support comes social support. Social support can be a protective resource against developing mental health problems. Social support can come from the environment of the child that is living in. It is also proven that lack of support or social support can be a cause of mental health issues. Negative environments lead children to psychological problems. About 7% of the world population today suffered depression at some point of their lives. Some of the most common causes of this would be environments with family conflicts, divorce, alcoholism, and abuse in the family that may cause depression. This can cause depression because the environment within the family is negative, and the the children or the child can carry that, and it can lead to psychological problems. Creating positive environments and family recognizing the concept of mental health can also lessen suicide rates because suicide is caused by several factors, but one factor particularly stands out, which is isolation from their families. Some of the most common causes of suicide here in the slide says disconnection from family, violence, problematic drug or alcohol abuse, and sexual abuse. Work environments have effects on suicide in Japan, since in Japan, workers are often living alone and away from their families, which are experiencing chronic work stress and sometimes even leads to suicide, which is why they have a suicide rate that is higher among other countries. Suicide can be also prevented through positive influence. Youth are subject to contagion of behavior by older people and the environment that they're living in. Youth are also vulnerable to modern ways of influencing, such as the internet and social media. With this spreading positive influence and preventing this can prevent suicide since the positive environment reinforces the mental health of the youth and adolescents today, and it can prevent suicide rates because it can be a form of social support even though it's only online, and of course they are spread, so there are many services and help offers that are available today thanks to the internet and the modern ways of spreading it. So what about the concept of other people, which is negative environments does not always equal to mental health disorders. This can be proven. This is proven in some studies wherein people adjust to their learning environment and cope with the pressure. This can be seen among university students, wherein the more pressure exerted to the student, the better learning attitude of the student. Uh, Recognizing mental health and improving environment within the family is always good, and this can prevent childhood trauma, improve the mental health conditions of the children, and lessen suicide rates. But it does not mean all. It does not always mean that there will be mental health disorders within negative environments. It is always good to uh, practice these steps that I have shown you, but negative environments or pressured environments to be specific also has positive effects. That is all. Thank you.